So ignore the hooter in this game later on. This first pitch with the team entrance running slightly behind the other ones. We are referee timed in this one, and Dom Collingwood gets us underway. That kickoff off the knees of the North London player. So play on is allowed, and here's our first look at Ellen McGuinness, and she breaks through wonderfully there all the way up to halfway. Hannah Wilson finding Eleanor Richardson Ampau, and here's Brina McCowan. And contact made there. Closing the gap is the call. So 6 again for North London. And McCowan. Wilson finds McGuinness. They pair up so often for the Great Britain Women's Open side, and huge amounts of experience and talent to have in this Nighthawks outfit. Loose ball, Wilson calmly deals with it. Finds Broadley, another GB Women's Open representative. Ellen O'Sullivan puts in a little kick, but not able to be caught by Leah Alexander on that far side. So East London, who suffered finals heartbreak last year, losing to West London, as they did indeed the year before, really be out for this one. And interestingly, in terms of the matchups that we have, there's a mix of players from Women's Open, Women's 30s and Women's 35s, and even some mixed Open players across the two sides. Perhaps the balance a little bit more Women's Open in North London and Women's 30s in East London. So we see that Women's 30s player coach Kirsty Clark fire it to Emma Jackson on the left wing. 5th and final now for East London. Lois Lau with the kick. Eleanor Richardson Ampau deals with it well and gets away from Lau. Good ground game before Towerton makes the intervention. McGuinness, Alexander, not able to get away on the wing. O'Sullivan, sorry, trying to snake her hips through. Flat ball just about to McGuinness. Crossing is the call, and East London will take over with the penalty. McGuinness needs to drop back into the defensive line. A set of 6 starting within the North London half gives the Eels a great opportunity. Clark runs the jet line. The tag missed. Caught by the second defender. Towerton goes for the short side again, puts in a little kick, not able to clear it up. Breckens. McGuinness. Broadley can't step round Lau. Visser. There he goes, Yang, representing the women's 35s now for GB, having been a 30s representative before. And wow, this is wonderful running by Broadley, and she finds Alexander after beating 2 defenders herself. Samara Lawrence back for East London, makes the tag, crucially, just as Alexander was starting to smell that try line. The ball shipped over to Breckens on this right wing. Brina McCowan, a dummy half. 5th and final for North London. Visser looks for the kick. It was a nicely executed one, end over end with some helpful bounces, but just too close to the try line for anything to come from it. Lau and Towerton linking up. Coffin steps back inside. Breckens makes the tag. Confusion between her and McCowan as to who will be at marker. O'Neill, Lawrence. Well worked through the hands of Sage, over to Grace Brown on the far wing. She beats the defender. Richardson Ampel there in a sweeper role. O'Neill finds Lawrence again, but McGuinness pops up in defence. Lau over the top to Coffin. She had Mason Bertrand outside her, went for the safer option, took the tag from McCowan. Another kick from Towerton. This one works better for her. She finds Lau, but it is just forwards, nearly the opening score of the game. Towerton and Lau very unlucky. Some well-worked play to get themselves in that position, however. So East London will look forward with confidence to the next time they have their hands on the ball. Visser. Caught short of halfway by O'Neill. Wilson times the pass. Richardson Ampel pops it over the top. Looked a little bit forward, but play on allowed. Horton Davids caught on that left-hand side. Wilson. Richardson Ampel with the kick. Another one that's bouncing nicely end over end. Lawrence clears it up, but Ampel, Richardson Ampel with the tag deep in the Eels territory. Brown over on that far side. Dropped in the middle by Pasquale. Opportunity here for North London on the counter. Unfortunately, they just didn't have the numbers over on that side. Six again for North London. McGuinness to Wilson. Just sticks out a mitt to take it. Oh, that kick is perfectly weighted in the corners. Oh, well, it looked it for a moment. It looked it for a moment. That last bounce just off centre, and it spurts out over the touchline. Mason Bertrand. Contact was adjudged to be 50-50 between her and Alexander there. Pasquale caught by McGuinness. Lau injects some pace. Lawrence on the sweeping run. Jackson with the dummy line. A bit of contact between McGuinness and Pasquale as the tag was taken. Nothing too serious. Sage all just left there and ends up in the hands of Clark and then goes back again. Still fifth and final in this set. That bounces up. Trickily for Alexander, but she does really well to take. McGuinness gets the ball up to centre field for the Nighthawks. Broadly keeps working it to the right-hand side. Richardson Ampel with the kick. Kirsty Clark almost nonchalantly puts out a foot and deals with it expertly. That's the experience that she's got. Calm head. Head coach of GB Women's 30s, Mark Ruffsage, will be pleased to see that coolness under pressure there. Breckens caught on the far side. McGuinness nearly evades Towerton. McCowan Just a lack of numbers on this right-hand side that North London are tracking to now. They come over in the form of Wilson. East London taking over. Lawrence, she had a 2-on-1 there. She was able to get it out to Mason Bertrand. Lau brings it back in field, finds Towerton, caught by O'Sullivan. And Clark trying to slide through, but Horton David's equal to it. Lau catches that ball above her and behind her. Coffin now, broken play, broken field for East London into the hands of Mason Bertrand. The opening score for East London Eels. It's taken 10 minutes and 56 seconds for anyone to go over in this one. But it is East London with the opening score. One nothing with that score in the corner. And how decisive may that be? The second final in a row where just a cigarette paper separates the two sides. Wilson finds O'Sullivan. Visser. That's Browner over. Oh, and the hard line not quite working for O'Sullivan and Wilson to link up. Clark. 10 metres now inside the Nighthawks half. O'Neill. Healy at dummy half. And the ball lost there by East London, the play breaking down. Working back on that left-hand side, Richardson Ampel caught by Sage. Broadly, again not able to get away from Sage. Wilson with the kick. Challenging one for Jackson, but Lawrence is there. Time and space for her to choose which part of the line she's going to hit. Pasquale calmly taking it up. East London now looking more assured, more confident with every possession. I feel that this could be the one after 2 years of heartbreak to finally be able to get their name back on the Women's Open UK Tag National Shield. Lau with a lovely show and go. Broadly just scrambles back just as the Red Sea was parting for the Eels. Towerton round the outside. Richardson Ampel in to make the tag, and it is a changeover. North London just clinging on with 5 minutes remaining in this one. And McCowan picks and goes, caught by Lau. McGuinness, Richardson Ampel. Loose ball, Alexander does manage to clear it up. Just calmly takes the tag. North London need to reset. Broadley finds McGuinness and so close to a break there. But with Lois Lau, the defender in front of you, your job's always going to be that bit harder to achieve. McCowan caught by Sage, who immediately runs to the sub-bench as East London take possession, an opportunity for them to bring fresh legs on. Coffin up to the 10. Lau to Towerton. Back to Lau. Down the wing goes Grace Brown and straight into Anne Broadley. Adjudged to have closed the gap though, North London. And so it will be a penalty 10 metres out to the Eels. 4 minutes to go. 10 metres to the line. 1 point the difference. Towerton. Overlap for Eels. Clark goes through herself. The diving try. She loves it. Sure, I think she almost worried for a moment after she got a bit carried away with the celebration that Collingwood wasn't going to give it. He took his time. He awarded the try. East London move into a 2-point lead. North London, 3.5 minutes to go. They need a box try to level things up. Championship minutes for both sides now. Towerton. She will hammer this one as far downfield as she can. Richardson Ampel does well. Runs it straight back at the Eels and hard. O'Neill with a good tack. Over the head of McGuinness, and that's going to end up in the Eels' hands. And a tap for Lau. And a tap for the Eels that could allow them to start to ice this game. There's still more than enough time for the Nighthawks to win it, but this could be decisive from Towerton. Over she goes, the captain. So close to the box. She just takes the 1-pointer. 3-0, East London. 1 point may prove to be enough there. East London will be in no rush to take this restart. And it looks like this is going to become a historic year for East London. They've never won 2 categories in the same year at the UK Tag Nationals. They've already wrapped up the men's 40s. They are 3-0 up with 2 minutes to go in the Women's Open final. North London need at least 2 scores to take this to drop off. The ball kept alive. McCowan finds Breckens. She hits the Jets, but Brown up there. Wilson tries to loop round. The penalty for the Nighthawks. 6 more tags, all of them in East London territory. Visser misses Broadley, finds McGuinness. Long pass out to the wing. Horton Davids has to try and reach round and catch it behind her, and she's unable to do so. Jackson. Good bit of experienced gameplay, just runs to the other side of the marker. Just unsettles the Nighthawks a little bit. Penalty given here for the offside against North London. We're inside the final minute. This is going to be it. An opportunity for the Eels to enjoy one final set before they are officially crowned as champions of the Women's Open competition. Towerton. Healy slides through. McGuinness with the tag. Clark picks and goes and finds Lau on her outside shoulder. She finds O'Neill. The flat pass to Jackson. Is there time for one more score for the Eels to put the icing on the cake? Sage just takes the simple hit up to end this one. North London Nighthawks 0. East London Eels 3. East London are your UK Tag Nationals 2023 Women's Open champions. And East London, for the first time in their history, win 2 categories at the same tournament. A huge result for the region. And an opportunity for a third up next.